What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. Today, we will most likely talk about, we'll probably touch on the college football playoff now that everything is over. We will talk about all the new coaching hires. I think we've got 4 vacancies filled at this point, I believe, now with the Cohen news today, and everything like that. So, I think about four vacancies have been filled.
It is 4.
Did he officially sign? Last I saw, he's the favorite, but he was the favorite 2 weeks ago.
As of 15 minutes ago, he's informed the Bucks he's not coming back. So, after telling them that he would sign the highest paid OC deal in the league yesterday, and then they fired Balky, and he said, "You know what? Maybe I'll come. I'll come to Jacksonville." So, anyway, we've got 4 head coaching vacancies filled. We'll talk about the divisional games. Obviously, there's only 4 of them, so. But we'll talk about those. We'll preview the championship games, and we'll talk about the Run the North awards and stuff like that, because those are coming up in a couple weeks. But before we do all that, gentlemen, how we feeling? How we doing?
I'm tired, man. But I'm great otherwise. It's a good day. Beautiful day.
Is it? What happened?
It's not a beautiful day in Rochester. I hate the winter so much, dude. It's like 0 degrees. It's the worst.
Listen, nothing can fucking bring me down right now because of Ben Johnson. But just to give you an idea of how bad the weather is here, my grandpa upstairs has like one of those sit-in showers. And when it got installed, the people that installed it were fucking morons. And instead of connecting the pipes for the bathtub into like the main water source, they created a secondary water source that then feeds off of the main one. So there's like extra steps in the middle that there don't need to be. And every winter that freezes up. But this winter it fucking exploded. And we couldn't get a plumber out here until like 12:30, 1 o'clock today. So from 10 o'clock last night until 1 o'clock today, there was a steady stream of water coming down in my garage. And I went out this morning and I shit you not, we had a makeshift ice skating rink. It was insane.
Did you go ice skating?
No, because I would fucking die. I have no coordination whatsoever.
That's tough.
I had a surgery when I was little that fucked up my balance for the rest of my life. So I can't ride a bike either.
Really? Oh, didn't know that.
That's why Miller never wants to film a real life episode of this show, because he would just fall over.
No, I can walk around fine. It's just when it comes to things that like require concentration and balance, I'm cooked.
We're putting Miller on a balance beam, confirmed.
No, I would.
Do you just fall over playing sports?
No. Okay. When I played football,
I'm trying to gauge the level of this.
Okay, no, it's not that bad. It's just like something extreme, like ice skating, where like a normal person struggles to balance. I just can't. Point blank. Period.
Fair.
Or like riding a bike. I got the surgery when I was 6, and the fact that I hadn't learned to ride a bike by then is maybe a problem in and of itself. But like, I haven't been able to learn how to ride a bike because of that, because it made it harder. And I remember being like 10 and being like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm going to drive a car one day. And now I'm 21 and I still can't drive a car.
Get pranked.
Yeah, 10-year-old me get pranked.
Get pranked, 10-year-old David Miller. Anyway, geeky boy, how you doing?
I made a mistake. Choosing to go to darts instead of recording this early was a mistake. Darts went horrifyingly bad. Not just for me, for everybody. Wonder played like shit, and he is like actually the best player in our league, and he sucked. I should not have went. What is that?
You're not going to be able to read that.
No.
Adam Schefter just tweeted that Liam Cohen has informed the Buccaneers he is taking the Jaguars head coaching job.
Okay.
So that's official.
What I said.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like Schefter just
no, because like I was not here. Like when I had left, it was still like he's the favorite, but nobody knows. So I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not up on the news in the last 2 hours.
I gotta change my iPhone wallpaper while we're sitting.
Ben Johnson.
But no, other than that,
no,
I mean,
I'm not changing it to Ben Johnson.
Subathon's been pretty all right. I'm not tired yet.
What's your
We're too
timer
early.
right now?
I don't know. I can't see it. 71 hours, 23 minutes.
My God, dude, I could barely
Jinkies.
stream for 2 hours. This is good Lord.
I streamed for 4 before I went to darts.
I guess if I had a PC, I would be able to do it more. But like on a PlayStation, you can't like change the game you're playing on a stream, so you kind of just stuck doing what you're doing until you get bored of it. Needless to say, I need a PC. So there is going to be a GoFundMe link in the bio of this episode.
No,
anyway.
We're not crowdfunding you a PC.
No,
we are crowdfunding me a PC.
no.
What we're actually doing is all the proceeds from Geeks Subathon are going towards Jake's PC.
I'm giving Jake
will
nothing.
be donated.
Agreed.
And the rest will be donated to
Miller,
a charity of Grayson's choosing.
Yeah, no, Miller, I'm going to shoot you, but I'm not gonna be kind about it. I'm gonna like Carl Grimes you. No, I'm Carl Grimesing you. I'm just making it so you can't see anymore. You will never get to see Caleb Williams in the Ben Johnson offense.
I thought you were gonna like Hudson me from Black Ops 2.
Oh, I might do that too. I'll just make you blind and unable to walk.
I'll still be able to talk shit the whole time though.
That's fine.
A real man would do the of mice and men thing. That's what a real man would do.
True.
Take him out to the field. Show him
killing
some
him's too
butterflies.
kind.
Look at the lead blocks. Just look at the lead blocks.
Killing him's too kind.
It's just a TV with Kari Blasingame highlights. Just watch, Miller. Just watch.
Right before I pull the trigger, you just get the Bears have cut fullback Kari Blasingame, and then blam. That's your final
I will
thought.
haunt you for the rest of your miserable.
That's when he knows. That's when he knows something's up. He's like, "Hey, wait a minute.
wait a minute, kablamo."
This is a fun way to start today.
Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah, my eyes hurt.
Why do your eyes hurt?
Actually, you're only the person in this call who should know why my eyes hurt.
I'm gonna need you to expand.
They don't tell you.
That.
They don't tell you. They don't tell you how badly using a VR headset fucks your eyes up. My eyes hurt. That's what my parents. Okay, so my parents got me the
Lower the
new
brightness,
MetaQuest.
man. Lower the brightness.
Well, I gotta do that. And so I've been playing the NFL Pro era game a lot. The one where you're the quarterback, and not okay. I don't like saying this because Miller's going to be a little bitch, but I am coming fresh off of to this episode. I'm coming fresh off of a loss to the Bears in Week 10, and I don't really want to talk about it. I did everything I could, man. We put up 31. Defense sold. Anyway,
Caleb, baby.
Anyway, yeah, but I've been doing that a lot, and so my eyes hurt. Also, the new the Batman game is dope on it. But yeah, I gotta figure out. I probably need equipment that I don't have. I gotta figure out how to stream VR content. I'm just gonna do that for the rest of my life, I think. I think
apparently not if your eyes hurt this fast.
Okay, you don't really understand how much I don't think you really grasp. Most of today was coaching soccer and then being in this room just.
Part of that, though, I genuinely think, like, is a thing of, like, some people's eyes just can't handle, like, that much screen time in general. Like,
that's probably true.
Yeah.
Dude, before I wore glasses, I never, like, because, like, my glasses have, like, a slight blue light filter in them. But, like, even before I wore glasses or before I had that, I would sit here for 14 hours a day and have no eye strain, no problems. Whereas, like, Miller seems to have always had it. It seems like that might be a thing for you too. I think it's just a matter of how your eyes function. And sounds like you didn't get good VR eyes.
Skill issue?
Yes. Yes, skill issue.
My parents made me read too much as a child is what I'm hearing.
I read probably more than both of you combined.
Bro's the reader.
Yeah, dude. Like, I used to read I read all of the Harry Potter books in first grade.
Yeah. I was reading
Most of my friends couldn't read.
Grade.
You couldn't read in first grade. I guarantee it.
I could read in first grade.
Third grade.
I know exactly.
Could read in first.
What were you reading in first grade? The Berenstain Bears?
Me?
No.
When I was in first grade, something. Actually, wait. What were you reading in first grade, Miller?
Fuck, I don't know.
I just remember it because my teacher tried to throw a fit about it. She didn't believe that I had read that.
When I was in first grade,
what are first graders supposed to be reading normally?
I don't know.
Not Harry Potter.
To be honest, I don't really remember.
Well, no, I know that's a little bit above.
It's more than a little bit. What should?
Okay, well, so one thing I remember about my reading in first grade, my elementary school was something called the Battle of the Books. We got put on teams, and everybody read the same book, and then they did trivia about it. And so everybody on the team got assigned one of the books. And then it came to my book, but little Jake had not read his book, and they did the trivia, and I got smoked.
Do you know the Judy Blume books?
Did you really read the book? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you comprehend the book?
Apparently not. I didn't read it at all.
Oh well. Yeah. Have you guys heard of the Judy Blume books?
Yeah.
That's first grade level.
I know what I was reading in the first grade.
Oh. Judy Blume?
What were you reading in the first grade?
What do you kids know about Eric Carle?
Nothing.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
Oh.
And his other 15 books?
Oh, dude. I know what I was reading in first grade. I just didn't remember. I was reading the Diver Ruby Kid books in first grade. That's what I was reading.
There's no way you were reading those at the age of 6, dude.
No.
I know for a fact I was. Because I remember first grade spelling test. I got yelled at during.
I'm cracked out.
Yeah, I got yelled at
that is
during
6 to 7 years old is first grade.
Really?
According to the thing, yeah.
I remember distinctly because when I was in first grade on a spelling test.
And Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a third grade level. So
I hid Diary of a Wimpy Kid in my desk, and every time the teacher named a word for the spelling test, I would pull out Diary of a Wimpy Kid and see if I could find the word in the book, and he caught me eventually. But that was my strat back in first grade.
When did the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid book come out?
Right before we were born, honestly.
Yeah.
No, what?
07. I was definitely reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid starting in the first grade.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. That's when I was.
Dog Days was the newest one. I remember when they got Diary of a Wimpy Kid in our library for the first time, and that came out in 09. Huh.
Yeah.
Damn. I was gonna say, I remember in elementary school, I got put in one of those groups that was you get done your work too early and you need to do things, so go do special projects or read special books. Because I would fly through the stuff we'd do. This sounds like I'm trying to flex. I swear to God I'm not. But I'm trying to remember what books we read from that. Because I think... Remember I Survived was big, but I don't remember when that started. The I Survived books went hard.
Those were crazy. Those were crazy. Yeah.
I was reading those even after I was beyond that being the right reading level or whatever. I loved those stories. Those were the first taste of getting into history for me. So I remember I did a book report in the 5th grade on the Titanic one. So it would have been before that. I don't know. Man, I'm nostalgic for the book fair. I'm old. I want to die.
I want to go to the book fair, yeah.
Book fair.
Anyway, quick college football playoff talk now that it's over, done with. Ohio State, national champions. Yep.
Shocker.
I mean, it was inevitable. Riley Leonard actually played a solid game. I don't know how I feel about Riley Leonard because he is coming out. He has to come out. It's his last year of college eligibility.
He doesn't have to. He can come out when he's good and ready. Okay, we can't.
That's true. Colin Cowherd said last week against Penn State, "You see Riley Leonard, I see Josh Allen," which I think is a bit of an overstatement. But we'll see. Cowherd gets a pass on his bad takes for a while, just because of all the stuff that's come out at Fox Sports that doesn't involve him. So he's getting a pass, but. Yeah, Ohio State, Will Howard, I think, is pretty good. I don't know if he's going to the draft or not, but he's going to be a good prospect. Jeremiah Smith's obviously going to be the best receiver in college football for the next 2 years, probably. And yeah, I mean, Notre Dame almost came back and they had a really good second half, but then they put them away with that bomb to Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, I don't know. I hate Ohio State. Did not want to see. I hate both those teams. Did not want to see either of them win it. I was hoping Bain was going to come out at halftime or something and do his little speech, and that would be it. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, yeah, I'm not sure either of these two guys has any thoughts about the national championship game. But
no.
Yeah, that's college football for you. Yeah, not really a lot going on in other sports other than, well, what's his name? Geek, who's the Japanese dude the Dodgers signed? Of course,
Roki?
the one that the Blue Jays. Yeah, Roki. Yep, Dodgers signed Roki.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm upset now.
You didn't know that? Oh, that happened
No.
last week. Yeah, I think yeah. So they signed Roki.
I missed that.
Of course they did. They have unlimited money and all the draw in the world.
Yeah.
They now have him, Shohei, and Yamamoto in the starting lineup, with Glasnow there too. So
Is that why I saw someone say that Asia was just the minor leagues for what team is it?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Yeah,
Dodgers.
pretty much. They have
That's crazy.
over half of their starting rotation for pitchers are from Japan at this point.
That's insane. I didn't know. So they're all from Japan. It's all one country.
All three of them are from Japan. Yep.
I was gonna say the tweet I saw just said
Japan
Asia, so
might
sure.
be like
they're
more
the three
into
best
baseball.
Japanese.
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my grandpa and dad are real big into the Little League World Series, so I know Japan takes baseball like super seriously.
Japan's insane when it comes to baseball.
They won the World Baseball Classic this last time around.
That was so sick. The Shohei. Okay,
Shohei and
we
Mike
had
Trout ending on
it was
that,
literally the greatest setup of all time. The greatest player of his generation. And like the greatest player of the current generation. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. It was like it was written in a goddamn movie. It was so good. And then Trout struck out because that's what he does in every big at bat. It's very sad.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's only had like 4 big at bats in his career though. It's not entirely fair.
Dude. They've been to the playoffs. I don't know.
No, they went to the playoffs once. They made it once.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Once. And he had a bad series. That's why he falls flat.
No, that was probably when the wild card was just a game, so he definitely only had like 2 at bats.
God damn it, hold on.
The wild card has only been a series for like 4 years.
That's
I don't
not
think
true.
They were in that.
It used to be a series immediately. Because there was only one wild card team and you got straight into the divisional round. There was no wild card round.
Oh,
I don't know when that started though, so I'm checking. So he had 3 games. He has 1 hit in 12 at bats. But that 1 hit is a home run.
Wow.
Sorry, 1 hit in 15 plate appearances, though, because he also walked 4 times.
Hey, listen, congratulations on Mike Trout for passing all 3 of us in MLB playoff home runs.
Barely.
He officially has more than all 3 of us combined.
Barely. But yes. Back in 2014. Gross.
Not really much. Not much is going on in basketball, other than they came out and said today on ESPN that Jimmy Butler has two requests: 1, that he is out of Miami, and 2, that he does not go to Memphis.
Damn.
Memphis is the only team he does. I don't know, but Memphis is the only team that he straight up will not go to.
Doesn't want to be around Ja, who might randomly shoot him.
Else. Yeah, Ja might kill him by accident, or
Ja is like actually an idiot.
Also, didn't they like send the NBA to Paris and then it was a horrible product because the Pacers got beat by 30?
I'm
pretty sure the Spurs and Pacers played in Paris today.
Yeah, the Spurs and Pacers played in Paris, and the Pacers just stunk.
I was gonna say
did not put up a good product at all. That is true.
My timeline on Twitter today has been 3 different things. Ben Johnson, Wemby looking really, really, really happy in France, and then one specific tweet I saw where someone was like, Adam Silver's trying to expand basketball around the world, and he sent the Indiana Pacers to France. Somebody needs to kill this man.
That's fair, actually. Honestly, the answer, as annoyed as Miller's going to be, it would have been Spurs and then either. So if you want to go like the old guy, you go Warriors or Lakers. So it's two of them. Or if you're just going like young stars, you want to get people into the league now, it's Spurs Timberwolves. You go Ant and you go Wemby. Those are the options.
Spurs Thunder.
Shea is really good, but I don't know. He doesn't have the name value yet. I don't know why.
No, but like I'm just saying, aren't they like the number 1 seed in the West? And they have a bunch of really young pieces, so they're about to be the team.
Number 1 seed, period. I think.
Yeah, Cavs are close.
Like I swear to God, I'm not just saying this to be like fuck the Timberwolves. I'm saying like their entire team is young and they're also really good.
The Spurs blowing out the Pacers.
Yeah.
It would have happened that way. No, it would have happened that way, but the opposite. The Thunder would have beat the Spurs by 70.
Probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Like, that's the
Adam
reason
Silver
I didn't
should have just sent the Timberwolves to Paris and then like
left them there.
Like I was just saying, leaned into their gym and been like, "Hey man, if you feel like leaving Rudy there, you're cool."
True.
You can do that. Like,
I wish. Can we have Cat back, please? I miss my goat.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. That's not how trades work.
It could be.
You know how different the NFL would be if after 1 year you could be like, you know what, no more trade.
I changed my mind. Give me that back.
Russ would still be in Seattle.
Caleb Williams would probably be a Panther.
Still be in Seattle. Caleb Williams would be.
I don't think they
actually at the end of the season they might not. I don't know if they could have. Well, it depends on what the rule is for rescinding it. Because but it depends on what the rule is for rescinding it. Because after week 5, when they benched Bryce, they totally could have just been like, you know what, fuck this. You can have him back. We're taking Caleb.
There would only be 2 members of Run the North.
Bro's a Bryce Young hater.
I love Bryce.
Apparently not. That's enough.
He's not my pookie boo boo Caleb Williams.
Miller, I don't understand what you're saying. Why would there only be 2 of us?
I would kill myself
in Minecraft.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. No, he's not talking about Minecraft Geek. I think he would actually do it live.
Yeah.
I'd like you guys know.
What are we moving on to? I don't. We're not sticking.
Okay.
Here.
Also, let me just make a point here. Technically, this episode is going out early because we're live and anybody can watch it right now. So
that's a good call.
Winning.
We are doing something.
Hello, Twitch chat. Here, get us one question from Twitch.
Get us a question.
I think Galaxy's the only one here. I don't know.
Get us a viewer asked a question about sports. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
I don't know what we're gonna get out of this.
I don't care what the question's about.
Literally anything
about sports. Just get a question.
Doesn't even have to be about sports. Just give us a question.
Yeah, actually, just give us a question.
Oh God.
As long as it isn't pink. Anything but that.
I still can't believe you did that yesterday. Oh my God.
I killed Jake.
Yeah.
Bro was not ready for that. I saw that.
I know nothing of sports. Apparently, you're just supposed to ask a question.
Ask a question, Galaxy.
Come on, any question, Galaxy. Give us one.
Christ.
Well, also in the meantime, I updated my.
What is your favorite thing about football? Miller's is the fullback. Football? He doesn't need to answer.
Miller's is the fullback. I don't know. I would say my favorite thing about football is I don't know.
I don't have a favorite thing about football. I hate football currently.
My favorite thing about football.
Miller, you hated your life 3 days ago. Fuck off. Actually I'm pretty happy right now. I'm
3 days ago, the Bears had beaten the Packers still, so I didn't hate.
I might be almost as happy as Miller because we did kind of the same thing.
What, you extended Kwesi?
No, we extended KOC.
I thought, the Kwesi thing was a rumor.
Kwesi, I saw somebody post that, but I haven't seen a real confirmation, so I don't.
Right, that's where my brain was.
Yeah, no.
My favorite thing about football is the fact that Drew Lock has the 3rd most efficient game in NFL history by EPA.
Did you know you're wrong about that?
Yeah, it's like 5th actually.
Yeah, it's like 6th.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, higher than any Bears, Packers, or Vikings quarterback.
Yeah, so it was just a Vikings account tweeting it out. that like.
Gotcha. Yeah, passer rating, single game leader.
The guy who tweeted it, so it's
Not
Vikings
passer
Central.
rating.
I don't know who they are.
Not passer
Oh, it
rating.
was
It's by
EPA.
EPA.
It was EPA.
It is
Sorry.
third in EPA. That is the.
So it was some Vikings account, like Vikings Central. They tweeted out that Kwesi was getting a contract extension for 2 years, but then they don't understand math because Kwesi's under contract for 2025, and for like the next full year. So they just don't understand math. So I don't know if it's real or not. I'm gonna go with it's not though because I haven't heard a real source say anything. But KOC is official, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, by EPA standards, it's still 6th.
Oh,
you have 07 Manning against the Ravens, 07 Rivers versus the Broncos, Lamar in 2019 against the Bengals, Peyton in 02 versus what?
It's so unbelievable that his name is on this list. I just can't.
Yeah, it's Brady. It's Brady. It's Manning. It's Lamar, and it's Drew Lock.
It's Drew Lock.
Oh wait, Phillip Rivers is in there. He's
Rivers,
and is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Exactly. It's
disagree.
so crazy to me that Drew Lock is on this list.
I don't think Eli is, and Phillip Rivers has won a playoff game, and had mediocre stats in. Like the most dominant passing era of all time. I'm sorry. Do you think Matt Ryan should be a Hall of Famer? Why are we making it the Hall of Mid now? I don't want to do that.
Moving on. This guy's going to be in for a rude awakening when Eli's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Eli's going to be, but he doesn't deserve it.
I'm not saying I think he should be. I'm just saying it's going to happen. So we need to
2 Super Bowls are damning.
Right, but like Phillip Rivers won't make it because he doesn't even have a divisional round win.
2 Super Bowls in the Manning
he made it to the
AFC
Championship game and lost to Brady.
Yeah. I mean, 2 Super Bowls in the Manning name is all it takes to get into the Hall
So we
of
talk
Fame.
about coaches now?
Yeah, so Adam Schefter tweeted out the up-to-date head coaching hiring cycle, so I'm just going to go off of that order. Patriots, obviously the first team to hire their guy. Mike Vrabel, most Patriots hire ever. Former player, former linebacker.
Is going to be what they wanted Gerard Mayo to be. Vrabel just actually understands how to handle a team. Because I don't even think purely schematically Mayo was that bad. I just genuinely think he didn't understand how to lead
talk to the media
team.
Or lead. Yeah.
Whereas Vrabel is really good at that part.
Yeah.
So.
No, Mayo is definitely in over his head. And I think the big thing that did it for me, obviously the whole debacle with Drake May being like, yeah, we knew Drake was the best quarterback in training camp, but we didn't want to start him. Like, you don't say that.
No.
Like, yeah, it's probably true, but you don't tell people that. But the thing that was really damning for me was when he called out the defense, was like, this is the softest group I've ever seen. They need to be tougher. And then 3 days later on the Manning cast, Bill Belichick was like, I coached like 95% of those dudes. Not a soft man in that building. Not one. Like, he lost Belichick's seal of approval after being like, I don't like this is a horrible word to use given other connotations, but like after being groomed to be the Belichick successor.
Did he ever have Belichick's approval? Or was
he was supposedly the guy.
I always thought
all the reports are Robert Kraft had him in mind as a new head coach. And so when they fired Belichick, he was just like, "Here, Gerard."
I always thought it was McDaniels, like that actually was the one Belichick was trying to make.
I guess talking about hiring, Josh McDaniels is back in New England.
I actually don't hate it. He's he's great as a coordinator. He cannot lead a team, but he can.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. I think Belichick knew that too. He wouldn't want McDaniels taking over.
Maybe not.
I don't think he would trust him because Belichick was in the league and saw McDaniels fail twice as a head coach.
That's fair.
So he's not going to be like, you know what? Here's your third time, Joshy boy. No, McDaniels is a coordinator. That's okay.
Yeah.
He's a really fucking good one. And I'm bamboozled by the fact that people are like upset about this move. Like, what?
They saw him be a head coach.
Can't be great.
They saw him be a head coach.
Sure.
That's it. That's why people are upset. People can't distinguish that there's a difference.
Right. Because, like, offensively, everything that happened with Brady and Belichick, that was McDaniels and Brady.
Yeah.
Belichick wasn't an offensive play caller. He wasn't a play designer offensively. He had input, sure, but a lot of, pretty much all of it was on those two. And yeah, not having Brady sucks, but if you have faith in Drake May to be like a franchise quarterback, you'll be fine. You know, because realistically, who was McDaniels shacked up with as a head coach? Tim Tebow and Derek Carr.
Yeah.
You know,
Jimmy G. He
who,
handpicked Jimmy G. He picked Jimmy G over Carr because McDaniels is stupid.
Yep. Right. So worse. I forgot about the Jimmy G thing. You're absolutely right. So Tebow and Jimmy G, who by the time McDaniels got his hands on them, we knew what they were.
Well, no, Tebow was a rookie.
Okay.
McDaniels,
Tebow,
and it was weird because Tebow was good with McDaniels, but then they fired McDaniels and then signed Peyton because McDaniels never got a chance with Peyton. It made no sense. The Broncos was the Broncos. They're bad at most things. It's okay.
Either way, the point is you got to have faith that Drake May is going to be better than Tim Tebow and Jimmy Garoppolo. Because even at Tebow's best, he was not like a superstar quarterback. He was like he was an extended Pastronaut run is what Tebow was.
No, he just actually might have had the power of God and anime on his side.
Also very possible.
Because he wouldn't complete a pass, and then the fourth quarter would start, and he was like prime Peyton Manning. I don't know what would happen.
Yeah. But all that being said, this is the best quarterback McDaniels has gotten to work with since Tom Brady. That's a big thing. Vrabel, like Geek said, we know can lead a team. I'm excited for him. I think he's going to do great things, especially with that defense.
Yeah. That defense is going to be fun. Yeah, I would agree. Especially once they get what's his name back.
Before we move on,
Barmore
Miller, Galaxy wanted more information from you.
Okay.
You're supposed to explain why fullbacks are your favorite.
Oh, God.
I can keep it short. I can keep it short. So when I first got into football, the reason I got into football was because of my dad. And in high school, my dad played fullback in what is called a wing T offense, which, without getting too far into the details, is just like an old form of offense that a lot of high schools at the time ran. And he would be the primary ball carrier. You know, he was like the guy on the team and whatnot. So when I was first getting into football, the way my dad taught me was he would show me Bears games. He would show me his old high school highlights because he thought I would find them entertaining. And also I begged to watch them once I found out they existed. Not to say that like my dad was looking at it like, I need an excuse to show this kid my tape. I need to show him my huddle. It was like, I found out he had the old tapes and I was like, I want to watch my dad hurt people. Because I was like 7, you know? Well, like 7-year-olds, you know, they're chaotic. So I watched that. I watched the Bears, and then I watched Mike Allstott, who one of my favorite players of all time to this day. And then I just started like following them, and I've always had like an affinity for them. But I won't lie, a lot of it did blossom once I started doing content, and I was like, okay, I need like a thing. I need to pinpoint a thing that will separate me from other people. No one gives a fuck about fullbacks. I will be the one. And now it's I've become way more into them than I ever was. Because like I watched them when I was a kid. Like I'd love turning on the Raiders and watching like Marcel Reese or seeing Henry Hynoski with the Giants or Mike Tolbert with the Panthers or whatever. But I wasn't sitting down and like getting excited over a lead block until, you know, I started making TikToks being like, look at Jakob Johnson, man. So that's your explanation.
Corn Doggy, hello.
Anyway, I guess we'll let Miller yap some more because the next hire was obviously Ben Johnson to the Bears. Yeah, I mean, I made a TikTok about this earlier today. It's just, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that.
I'm unconcerned.
I'm
concerned for the Bears.
Because of the left and right thing?
Yeah. I think that was
I don't
so
care.
funny.
That was so funny.
I don't care if he can read a clock, if he can run an offense, dude. I really don't care.
Yeah, the issue is, what if he's just Josh McDaniels?
Here's the thing.
He can't lead a team, so he can't.
Imagine this scenario, okay? NFC divisional round. Bears surprise everybody. Game on the line, Caleb Williams pitches the ball to no one to his left side because Ben Johnson forgot which side.
Yeah, because Ben Johnson said pitch it to the left, and actually the guy was on the right because Ben Johnson doesn't understand directions.
In that situation, here's what I need to happen, okay? I need our quarterback, who is an adult, to go, okay, Ben wanted to run this to the left. So listen, we're all going to get on the same page here. We're going to run it this way, and we're going to be good. I need my adult quarterback.
I don't know. Your quarterback wasn't allowed to make a single decision this year, so why do we think he's going to be allowed to now?
Because Ben Johnson's first thing he said in his press conference was...
the entire reason Ben Johnson is there.
I know. It's just funny.
I was going to say...
But no, well, you trust Caleb to make a decision. Literally, we've not seen him make a single one in the NFL. So
I mean, he did make some audibles throughout the year.
By the time the NFC divisional round came around, he would have made plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think the funniest Ben Johnson moment from the weekend isn't even that. I think it's when he was on that one Chicago morning show, and the guy was like, "In a hypothetical situation, you're playing the Lions on Thanksgiving," and Ben Johnson immediately just goes. And it was really funny.
Oh,
but yeah, anyway.
Cracked me up. And then, did you guys hear about? You guys know about like Caleb getting prank called, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear about him talking about it again on Ben Johnson's like press conference today? So
No.
Caleb, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, and Cole Kmet were all like front and center for Ben's press conference. And Caleb was getting interviewed after, which, by the way, he was just like fucking Morpheus from The Matrix, which was incredible.
It was crazy.
I swear, go look it up on Twitter. I swear on everything.
Coat. That does not
he
make
looks
you
like
Morpheus,
dude. Someone put a side by side. He looks like Morpheus, dude.
All right. Well,
but anyways, he got asked about like someone being funny. It was like, when Ben called you this time, like, did you know it was him? And he was like, yeah, I got off the phone with Ryan and Kevin, being Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren. And, they'd given me Ben Johnson's phone number, and I got a call, but I couldn't answer because I was driving. So I let it ring. And then Ben Johnson, like, sent me a selfie to be like, hey, it's me this time. And then I got to talk to him. Which is fucking incredible.
Yeah, fine hire.
Yeah, no, it's a good hire.
Incredible hire.
I just have to do the Miller thing and pretend it's bad. I know how the rule. I have to do it because Miller would be doing it to me.
So the only bad thing you can poke at my head coach is he maybe doesn't know left from right.
I mean, that is a pretty goofy thing to not understand as a grown man.
But he just led one of the greatest offenses in NFL history.
He also just decided in the third quarter of a game or the fourth quarter of a game you're losing, that letting Jameson Williams make decisions was smart.
I mean, letting Jared Goff make decisions before that wasn't great.
He could have just kept Teddy in. That actually did work. Do you really think
Dan Campbell would let him?
I don't care. Ben Johnson should just say, overruled. This is my fucking offense. You wouldn't be here without me.
Also,
which is accurate.
Also, Ben Johnson, I get that he's the one who put the ball in Jameson Williams' hands, but he didn't tell him to throw it. He didn't tell him to throw it in a double coverage. He certainly didn't say, hey, Jameson, if there's two guys covering the receiver, make sure you put the ball in a spot where only those two guys can get it. Make sure you do that. Make sure you give your receiver no shot at the ball.
Why are you trying to get so cute with it when you can't even figure out how to be normal with it?
Listen, I can't blame him when his quarterback was Jared Goff, who had thrown
something needed to happen.
Put Teddy back in. Teddy wins that game, and I stand on. I'm standing.
How do we know
on
Ben
this.
Johnson wanted to win it? Maybe he wanted to take the job in Chicago early so he could get to work.
Well, actually, it seems I want to be the guy who's
Lions fan on Twitter right now.
No, because Lions fans are trying to say he's a bad coach because they lost.
This is why.
There's a single play where that is just atrocious, and you can't do that. Like, that's stupid.
I was going to say,
that is actually brain dead moment.
The offense put up like 450 yards and 30 points. It's Jared
if they had a quarterback that wasn't that bad, like, which shocker, Jared Goff being Jared Goff, who's surprised.
This is why. This is why we lost. Ben Johnson was already thinking about Chicago.
Yeah, dude, that's so stupid. No.
This is why we lost.
Jared Goff is the reason. The only.
No wonder the defense looked so bad.
Have we considered that the Lions' defense was never actually good?
Also,
Like, actually,
I
it wasn't.
love it. People.
Anytime they faced an offense that was more than mediocre, they gave up 8,000 yards and 40 points.
No, it wasn't great, but it got the job done. I think the reason people like Aaron Glenn so much is because he was able to hold the defense together, like on a unit thing. I don't think anyone out there, like, at least not anyone that I've seen, was arguing the Lions had like some incredible defense before that
People
game.
have been, and I don't understand it because, like,
no,
did we not watch the Bills game?
Yeah, no, like, it's not.
I don't know.
I was gonna say the thing that stood out to me was how Aaron Glenn kept shit together. Not that the defense actually looked good with him coaching it, because he didn't have anything to work with. No. The fact that their defense didn't let up 11 billion points every week was a miracle.
Yeah,
but it still wasn't good.
But like,
anyway, back to Ben Johnson, Miller.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's nothing I can say that hasn't already been.
It's a great hire.
It's an incredible hire. I'm really excited. What I do want to say though is it hasn't been confirmed yet, but one of like the front runner for the DC position in Chicago next year is Dennis Allen right now, and I'm so fucking excited about that because Dennis Allen runs the exact type of defense I've been begging the Bears to run for 2 years. You have Jalen Johnson, you have Tyreek Stevenson, you have Kyler Gordon. Those three corners are at their best when they are in man coverage.
Damn.
The front seven that we have is built to blitz. Dennis Allen would love our personnel. It would be perfect for our personnel.
I was going to be funny and say, no, you just get Mike Zimmer, but that actually also would fit the exact same thing you want.
Yeah. I want the Bears defense to be man-heavy and aggressive because that's what it's built to do.
Actually, I think
Eberflus's soft zone bullshit was not it.
It wouldn't happen, but I genuinely think Mike Zimmer would be like an actual better answer. Because Zimmer's just Dennis Allen, but better.
Well,
he's better at literally all of it. The thing is, Dallas doesn't have a real defense, like no real defensive talent. This Bears defense is built like the 2017 Vikings.
Also, the rumor is Zimmer's going to be available because if the Cowboys hire Schottenheimer, the rumor is that he wants Rex Ryan as his DC. So that would mean Zimmer would be out.
Dude,
I was because they were gonna hire Rex Ryan over Mike Zimmer at one point, and they ended up going with Mike Zimmer. But Schottenheimer reportedly is gonna try and bring Rex into the staff, most likely as the DC if he gets hired.
I was telling my dad yesterday because like he gets home from work and I update him on all the NFL news and stuff because he's like not on Twitter and shit. And I was telling him about like the coaching situations, and he asked me who Dallas's coach is going to be. And I said, as of right now, the front runner is Brian Schottenheimer. And I said, the son of Marty Schottenheimer, thinking that's how it would click with my dad. And my dad literally looked at me and goes, "The fucking dude from Hard Knocks." Because he was on the Jets when they did their like big Hard Knocks year with Rex Ryan. That's the only season of Hard Knocks my father has ever watched, and he references it all the time.
Funny. That's actually
he was like the kid from Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Speaking of the Jets,
Brian Schottenheimer even coach?
Nepotism.
He's
probably.
Dallas's OC.
Yeah, he's Dallas'
OC. Right. Yeah, they're going in house. It seems.
Yeah.
They're not interviewing anybody. Serious.
They interviewed Kellen Moore. They brought him back, and apparently Rich Bisaccia is the other rumor.
Yeah, they also, speaking of special teams coordinators, you see that the Bears also want fucking Darren Rizzi.
Yeah.
They're just taking the 2024 Saints coaching staff and putting them in different places.
I mean, give me Kubiak is the fucking offensive quality control coach. I'm here for it.
No, he would never do that.
I know, but I'm just saying, give it to me.
He could still technically end up as like the Saints head coach, couldn't he?
Did he get a head coach?
I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I think he'll probably be an OC somewhere. Like
realistically. There is a man who surely will be getting the Saints job.
I'm also super excited.
Ooh, that fat dude that likes fullbacks?
McCarthy? Yeah. I think McCarthy is definitely getting the Saints.
I'm super stoked because Flores is not leaving, and that makes me so happy.
What if he gets a job offer to go coach the University of Alabama?
I don't see why he would.
But what if?
I still don't think he would leave. I know you want nothing more than for him to leave. I know.
No, I will say, like, the football nerd in me is so happy that he's sticking around because Flores, Ben Johnson twice a year. It's
dude, it's cinema.
Yeah.
And without Sam Darnold to fuck it up, it might be real cinema.
Yeah, you'll get JJ McCarthy to fuck it up.
JJ's not fucking it up.
Don't say that yet.
So
Darnold hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Darnold's gone. Darnold is not under contract. Darnold is gone.
Raiders.
Raider.
No,
oh my God. A better quarterback.
Can we talk about the Raiders real quick, just because it's funny? The GM yet, they hired a GM, which is we're talking about hirings.
Tech.
Brady, the guy who was on a team accused of cheating by spying on people, hired a man whose name is Spy Tech. Are you fucking kidding me?
What makes it even funnier is that Brady just hired one of his boys. Like, they were teammates at Michigan, and then he was on the staff in Tampa when Brady was the quarterback there. Like, Brady literally said, let me get my boy Spy Tech in the building. And I'll guarantee you Mark Davis probably looked at him like, oh.
You have changed, man.
Incredible, dude.
You're going to get a Cameron to coach the team?
Because we have no clue who their coach is going to be.
I saw Pete Carroll is apparently the favorite.
Oof. I don't like that.
Dude, listen, I want to say real quick.
Pete Carroll, but for a team like the Raiders, I don't.
Can I say something real serious real quick?
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part about the Ben Johnson hire is? I don't have to try to talk myself into someone like Mike McCarthy or Pete Carroll.
Right.
I don't have to try to talk myself into somebody, man.
That's how I felt with KOC.
Like, I'm so befuddled that the Bears did the right thing.
Man,
I'm happy you get this feeling once.
Like, have you seen any of the tweets about the process?
No.
Ryan Poles straight up was like, listen, I fucked up so bad with Eberflus. I want Ben Johnson. Kevin Warren was like, all right, let's make it happen. And he convinced George McCaskey, who's like a cheap-ass motherfucker as a coach. McCaskey's so cheap, they literally will let coaches play out their entire contract so they don't have to pay two coaches at once. That's why the Bears had never fired a coach mid-season until this year, because they didn't want to they didn't want to pay a head coach two at the same time. He rolled out I'm pretty sure Ben Johnson got, like, at the time, the most money an OC jumping to head coach has ever gotten per year. Like, that's insane to me. That shouldn't happen. They did the right thing. 2 years in a row now, they didn't fuck up their big offseason move.
Well, you just jinxed it. You're drafting somebody goofy.
Ashton Jeanty, baby.
No, you're getting a kicker in the first round.
You know what? If he can hit further than 50
yards,
fuck it.
That's fair.
I'll take it.
So real quick, now we still talking about coaches, but not hired. I just see people talking about Cliff Kingsbury and the Raiders. Do we have to change our tune on Kingsbury to a degree? Was it actually Kyler's fault?
No.
Are we sure?
Jaden's that good, man.
Yep.
But also, Kyler has had one good season, and it was with Cliff, and everything else from that has been, like, kind of ass.
Don't care. History tells me that Cliff has been bad more often than he's been good, so until I see it more than once, I'm going to give the credit to the fucking unicorn he has at quarterback.
That's
Thank
fair.
you very much.
Oh my God, Miller just said something nice about Jaden Daniels.
I would rather...
Clip it!
Listen, it's so... I don't dislike Jaden Daniels as much as, like, 90% of Bears.
No, you just act like you do all the time because you want to... What do you mean, no?
That's not true. That's a lie. That is just an untrue statement.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm any more negative towards Jaden than, like,
you had him as your
QB7.
QB7.
I meant since he was good in the NFL this season.
And you still, like, try to talk about the negatives, and you have openly said on this show you talk the negatives because you don't like the discourse around him and Caleb. So
yeah, I don't.
But because I don't know. So I get it.
But I feel like once he won 2 playoff games, my brain was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge that he's the greatest. Well, maybe the greatest rookie quarterback ever. Like, purely rookie season. He might be the best. Andrew Luck didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, he was on a dog shit team, dude.
Yeah, so you can't be the greatest rookie quarterback season
also,
ever.
Miller, like, highlighting some negatives about Jaden Daniels is sticking up for his quarterback, which is understandable because it's his quarterback.
Sure.
And also, B, during that one run before, like, the Commanders were serious, Jaden Daniels' hype and discourse was literally just...
I was gonna say, like, literally up until the Bears Commanders game, the Jaden Daniels discourse was weird.
No, because he had been great for 8 weeks, give or take. My timeline might be slightly off.
It was like 4 or 5.
No, it was more than that. But because it was later in the season, and then he hurt his ribs, was like mid for 4 games, and then has been back to that original awesomeness. And that's why I think the tune needs to change for Cliff Kingsbury, because Jaden just actually can do all the things that Kingsbury's system is supposed to, that we all thought Kyler could do. He just never has.
Don't care. I'm not giving him credit until I see it 2 years in a row.
Fair enough.
I'm holding it.
I'll take. I will take you standing up for Jaden Daniels. I will take this. This is a win.
Being a good OC does not mean that if he were to go back to being a head coach, he would just magically be a good head coach.
No, I don't think.
I think it's time to buy a Jaden Daniels jersey, though. I did say I might if they beat the Lions, and then he did. So
yeah.
Anyway,
also,
Aaron Glenn to the Jets.
My QB7 item is my QB5.
Okay.
4. My QB4.
Oh, thank goodness, because that means you didn't have him below. You still might have had him below Bo Nix.
No, I absolutely didn't.
Okay.
My QB3. Oh no, Jaden was my 5 because it went Caleb, Drake, Bo, JJ, Jaden was my pre-draft.
Anyway, Aaron Glenn, Jets.
He was their guy the whole Jets. way. I don't know.
I think it's a good hire.
Yeah, I don't know. First year head coach coming off of being one of the best DCs in the league. This is just kind of what they do now.
No,
but Aaron Glenn, I think, will be better than Robert Saleh.
Oh, you mean they're doing
same
the
old
same
Jets?
Thing
They're just bringing in another defensive guy. Their offense is gonna fucking suck forever. Nothing changes. Same old Jets.
Like, their defense is gonna be good because before they fired Saleh and brought in Ulbrich as the interim, their defense was really good, and then it wasn't. And so now their defense will be really good. Rodgers is, I mean, I'm not gonna believe anything until he comes on the Pat McAfee show and says something, but.
True.
All the NFL execs believe he's going to retire.
Because whatever the report comes out as, he will do the opposite, because that's Aaron Rodgers.
So, yeah, if he can successfully force Rodgers out, I don't care if the Jets go 0-16 or 0-17 the first 2 years he's there. This is an A+ hire. If he can just get Rodgers to leave, because then that means they'll get a quarterback at some point. And you actually
they're going to have to do something.
Well,
I don't know who else on the roster besides Rodgers and Tyrod.
Did they hire a GM first? Jordan Travis, by the way. They have their young up-and-comer.
Yeah, but Jordan Travis is already like 30.
No.
Also, can Jordan Travis... Genuine question. Can Jordan Travis walk yet? Like, he got messed up at FSU. That leg injury was gnarly.
Yeah, no, I think he was active multiple times this year.
No.
I have not followed his
recovery
at all.
I didn't even know he was going to play football again. The way that he his leg got messed up at FSU.
I don't know if he. Anyway, I know he didn't take snaps, but
Jets, Aaron Glenn, good hire.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't trust the Jets.
He's a good leader. Defense will be good under him. The players will respect him, which is seemingly not the case with Saleh, I guess. Yeah. I guess Saleh kind of lost the locker room by the end of it. And they definitely didn't like Jeff Ulbrich after what happened when he stepped in. I would assume that they probably weren't his biggest fan either.
Much as I hate to say it, I think Aaron Glenn, like, everything I'm saying is not a shot at Aaron Glenn. It's all a shot at the Jets. If I were him, I would have much rather gone to New Orleans. I know there's more talent in New York, but both places you're fucked at quarterback. You got no shot. And I just trust organizationally the Saints a bit more than I trust the Jets, because Woody Johnson might be worse than Jared.
I don't want to coach a team in that financial situation, to be honest.
They can be out of it in a year if they are smart about it this offseason. If they would just decide to be bad for a single year, they can be out of it.
What you just said is what people said about the Saints for 15 years
straight. Yeah, I know.
And they've never done it.
Yeah, but Sean Payton's stupid and Dennis Allen is also stupid. So I don't care. Yes, Miller, I don't think please.
3 things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Number 1, like Jake brought up, money bad in New Orleans. Number 2.
He's not good in New York either.
But it's a lot better.
We're talking about money for
negative
like him getting paid?
In cap.
No.
Number 2, you don't have to deal with Mickey Loomis if you go to New York.
True.
They're
hiring you have to deal with Woody Johnson, the literal worst.
Mickey Loomis. I think.
Well, Mickey Loomis is the GM. I'm saying you're hoping and praying that you can have some influence in the GM hire, and you can pick someone that you trust. Third,
Jets are not as bad off as I thought.
Yeah, third, he's like a New York Jets team legend.
Yeah,
so he probably wanted to go back and be like, I can save this team. He's doing what D'Amico's doing.
No, I know. I would rather work for Jerry Jones than Woody Johnson, is my point.
I cannot believe Geek is actually saying that he believes somebody should go to New Orleans after all the shit he talked about.
That's my point. That's how much I think the Jets are a shit show. Like, I don't think any coach GM think, please say your thing.
You also don't have to work for an owner that helped the Catholic Church cover up priests touching little kids.
There's that. That's
not Pope. The Pope doesn't touch little kids.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, there's no confirmation, okay? And I'm not going to slander the Pope when I don't know.
Let's look up all of the bad things Woody Johnson has done. You know, the owner of Johnson & Johnson.
Is that
anyway?
Really?
Yeah,
that's where he got his money?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's like Robert Kraft is the
Dude, I don't know diddly dick about most of the owners in the NFL.
Yeah, just like Robert Kraft is mac and cheese man.
Dude, speaking of owners, have you guys watched the show? Oh my God, hold on. I gotta remember what it's called.
I don't think I knew that one, Jake. I guess that makes sense, but I don't think I knew that.
Wait, Robert Kraft is the
He's mac and cheese man. I found this out on. I think Steven told me. I googled it. It's legit. He's mac and cheese man.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Wait, no, that's lies.
Money.
I don't trust the AI overview.
No, Kraft's initial fortune came through paper and packaging.
Yeah, hold on. Robert Kraft does not own Kraft Foods.
Oh, Steven lied to me.
Speaking of owners, though, have you guys ever heard of the show Landman? It's like a very recent show. It's got Billy Bob Thornton in it.
I keep seeing previews, but I haven't watched it.
Okay. Me, my mom, and my dad got into it. We binged the first couple binged like up until wherever it's left off most recently. Jerry Jones makes a cameo in that and puts on one of the better acting performances I've seen from someone who's not a celebrity or someone who's not an actor. Dude, it was good.
He didn't act. He got on there and talked about his real life. He was just Jerry Jones. That's not acting.
It was so convincing.
It doesn't, because it wasn't acting. Okay, it's because he was being Jerry Jones, you fucking idiot.
Here's the thing. The reason I say it was good acting is because he went on there and made me feel bad for a billionaire oil tycoon. He made me feel emotions for a billionaire oil tycoon
you're just
for 5
dumb.
minutes.
Yeah, sorry, man. Bijan Robinson on Outer Banks clears.
You mean Armando Bacot on Outer Banks, buddy?
Armando Bacot was on Outer Banks? Yeah. I didn't know that. I just saw the Bijan Robinson clip.
I didn't know Bijan was on it.
Golly.
Yeah, no,
I'm watching that shit like 3 seasons ago.
Golly.
I never watched it, but anyway.
Either way, say what you want. It was good media, good TV show. I enjoyed it. Show's good, by the way. We're looking for a show recommendation.
Yeah. No.
Here's the timeline.
Woody Johnson is bad. Oh my God. I was looking up other bad things. Just spend some time reading about Woody Johnson later. And
I will not do that.
All right, Hootie Diddle.
Well.
Okay, can we just... All right.
Yeah, we're moving
Jaguars,
on.
weirdest timeline of a head coaching hire ever. Yesterday, Liam Cohen says he's not taking the Jaguars job, and then agrees to become the highest paid OC in the league with the Bucs. Also yesterday, the Jaguars hire Trent Baalke, and then Shad Khan calls Liam Cohen himself and says, "Hey, we just fired Trent Baalke. What do you think?" And Liam Cohen said, "Yeah, I'm in." And so now Liam Cohen's the head coach of the Jaguars.
Son of a
and then
bitch,
the Jags
All it took was
announced
Baalke.
an interim GM instead of starting a hiring search. I don't understand Jacksonville, dude. Can we just sink Florida?
They needed somebody now. Like, they're in the offseason. They need a GM.
Except they don't, because multiple other teams don't have GMs. Just hire one.
No, I'm with Geek, but I think their plan was probably get Cohen in the building, and then they're going to be like, okay, GM time.
Okay, GM time. Which is so backwards of how football should operate. The Raiders are doing it correctly. The Titans and now the Jags, and who else has a GM search? Do the Jets have a GM hired yet?
No, I'm pretty sure the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets are also doing it incorrectly. The correct way is to get the GM and then have that GM help you pick the coach, because that GM and that coach are tied together moving forward no matter what. I love that Kwesi came first and he got to pick his guy, because you can tell that both guys have the same vision for the team and they understand what is going on. I don't trust that to happen in Jacksonville. I don't trust that to happen in New York. And luckily, the Raiders have Brady, so they knew how to do it right, I guess.
Right.
Because they would have fucked it up, too.
What cracks me up is, I agree, that's a backwards way to do it, but it's still the second most backwards way we've seen in the past 3 years of how to find a coach.
True.
Because of the Bears' whole process of, let's get Bill Parcells and his friends to help us find a coach.
After we brought in a GM, we're just not going to let that GM have an opinion.
No. They found the coach candidates before they got the GM. Then they hired the GM. Then they said, all right, Ryan Poles, which door would you like? Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3? Mm-hmm.
And all of those doors were none of the good candidates in that cycle. Not a one.
I kind of gained faith in Ryan Poles, because the second he was given the ability to actually pick a coach that he wanted, he was like, Ben Johnson, now, please, Ben Johnson.
But
please.
Also, he did the correct thing and interviewed more people than every other team combined. He interviewed Eddie fucking George. That's so goofy.
They played that so smart, though, because you know why they interviewed Eddie George, right? They interviewed Eddie George the day before teams that are people that were currently employed by teams that were eliminated from the playoffs could do in-person interviews. That was the 20th. They interviewed Eddie George in person on the 19th to satisfy the Rooney Rule, because the only minority in-person candidate that wasn't in-house they'd interviewed up to that point was Ron Rivera. So they called up Eddie George, who's a D2 football coach.
They interviewed Flores. Oh, but Flores couldn't in-person. It had to be an in-person thing.
Yeah, you have to have
they interviewed Flores, but he couldn't
they
be
have to be 2 in-person interviews with people that are not in-house. So interviewing Thomas Brown in-house didn't count either. So they had to get that second guy. They had Ron Rivera. They went with Eddie George. And then they were able to hire Ben Johnson before he even stepped foot off the plane to Chicago.
Yeah.
He literally didn't have an in-person meeting with the Bears. He was flying there when they were like, we will give you whatever you want. Be coach, please.
But
I might have wanted to in-person interview him first, but that's just me.
I don't know. They were sold because the first thing he said during his Zoom interview was, hello, everybody. I would really like this job. And then the last thing he said during his interview was, thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Also, did I mention I really want this job? And I'm not making that up. George McCaskey said that was a big reason why he liked Ben Johnson so much.
Yeah.
So if I ever get an interview with the Bears, make sure I constantly say I really want the job.
What are your strengths that you can bring to this company?
I really want this
football.
job.
I really want this job. I have an open schedule. I'd really like this job.
Yeah.
I'm easy to work with. I can manage a team. I think I would really like this job. And I think I really want this job.
Yeah.
Also, the Raiders, I guess, talking about one of the head coaching vacancies, Pete Carroll is number 1 on their list, it sounds like, and number 2 is Mr. Spagnuolo. for the Chiefs. They want Steve.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it because I get
think
like
Steve is a
the
smarter
Chiefs.
idea than Carroll.
I don't love a defensive mind, but
I
but I
think
do
though,
like the idea.
if you're going defensive mind, I think the correct answer would actually be Flores.
They got their franchise quarterback, so they need an offensive mind to help them, chug him along.
Honestly, Miller, No, actually, I think Flores and then stealing like Josh McCown would be the correct answer for them, because I think that would happen. I think McCown would follow Flores.
McCown get head coach interviews.
Yeah, McCown has been huge. I'm so glad he's not leaving.
Positive he'll be a head coach at some point.
He will be. I think that the Vikings are kind of really hoping somebody else wants Wes Phillips to be their OC, who also got head coaching looks for some reason. That's dumb. I think the Saints.
But
I think if we can get Wes Phillips to go try to get his, I want to be a play caller type thing and get him out, I think the minute McCown takes over as OC, that will be his last season in Minnesota.
Probably.
Which is unfortunate because he's
what
been
is he right now? Just the QB coach?
Yeah. He is Kevin O'Connell has given him most of the credit for Darnold's turnaround.
Gotcha. He just looked at me and was like, hey, listen, man, I also played for the Jets once, and I'm really sorry.
They played together. They were teammates.
I forgot about that.
It's really fun. Really funny imagining KOC giving him all the credit, and then after the two final games of the season, they're just in the locker room and KOC just staring at Josh McCown what happened?
No,
what happened?
It's all your fault, Josh.
You did this, Josh.
You can take Sam Darnold out of the Jets, but you can't take the Jets out of Sam Darnold. It just can't happen.
That sounds really painful. He should get that checked.
Stop.
The Jets are inside of him.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
they're in his walls.
I don't know if I'd want the heir to Johnson & Johnson inside
was
of
there
me.
A fourth?
That sounds tough.
Patriots. What did we miss?
We talked about Liam Cohen, and Johnson, Vrabel, Aaron Glenn, Liam Cohen.
Oh, Aaron Glenn. Yeah, I just spaced the Jets. I forgot the Jets again. Shocker.
The National Football League had its divisional round this past weekend.
Well, hold on. Did we talk about Liam Cohen at all?
No, we talked about how dysfunctional the Jags were, but we didn't actually talk about the hire.
But
Liam Cohen's a good hire.
Yes.
Yeah, that's huge for Trevor, dude. The best Baker Mayfield we've seen, The Drive in LA, and now obviously this past
Speaking
season.
of which, hey, count your days, Mr. Mayfield. It's over. It's over. No more offensive genius for you.
Well, I mean, he made it.
Will be fine.
I was going to say he also looked sick with
at the highest rate with the best offensive line.
He also looked sick with Dave Canales, who was actually much worse as an OC. Actually, just was much worse by every definition.
Doesn't count. QB whisperer.
I love
knows.
Dave Canales. I'm not being a hater, but by every definition, he was a worse OC.
What if the Bucks steal Josh McCown from the Vikings?
They won't. They can have Wes Phillips though.
No, but they want to keep up Baker with guys that are good at talking to quarterbacks. Good.
Well, Wes Phillips might be.
No,
we don't know.
Dude, if I'm a quarterback, David Wes walks up to me and is like, "Hey, man,
bro's hating on Wes Welker." All right.
Yeah, dude, I love Wes Welker as a slot receiver. The fuck's he know about teaching me how to throw a football?
He's unemployed too. Just got fired by whatever team he was with. So
yeah, Miami.
Yep.
They scapegoated Wes Welker, really? Damn, they did this once before. Now he's going to go to the Patriots and be awesome at everything.
Fuck it, dude. Why not?
Anyway, Liam Cohen.
Douglas, are...
Good hire, Liam Cohen. The guy we're talking about, Liam Cohen. Good hire.
Cohen, good hire.
Good hire.
I hope someone hires Todd Monken. He deserves an NFL coaching job.
He will not get one in the cycle, I don't think.
It's sad, but he deserves it.
I think any team that would have hired him already made their choice, unless the Saints do it over McCarthy, which is a possibility, I suppose. Anyway, NFL divisional round. Suppose we'll talk about these 4 games and the Texans game. 23, Chiefs 23, Texans 14.
Chiefs
I don't know,
are really
man.
good at that defense and also special teams thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. CJ Stroud 8-sack game. Tried to one up Darnold. Didn't get there.
That's
But
tough. He
yeah.
didn't try to one up Darnold. It's also weird because the Texans O-line is so bad, but CJ Stroud actually knows how to get rid of a ball. So those 8 sacks are actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Because how many should he have taken? 40?
Right. Like.
Yeah.
Hold on. I
George Karlaftis masterclass.
Yeah. George Karlaftis was so good.
Wanted to try to be like, refs guy, but also you can't complain about calls in this like first half. Listen, you can't complain about calls when your late game situational football plan is as awful as what the Texans were. If it had actually mattered and that could have made a difference in the world, I'm all for being the asshole who argues that refs are awful and I hate them. But, like, DeMeco Ryans is the reason they lose game. Like, his handling. Yeah. And I talked about this earlier in the season with DeMeco in that Bills-Texans game, where I was like, McDermott and DeMeco with a masterclass at what not to do in situational football. DeMeco's never learned. He still doesn't know how to handle situational football at all, and it sucks. Jake.
Yeah. This isn't a ref thing, but what Mahomes is doing has got to stop, bro.
Dude, the sliding bullshit.
This little slow down.
Sliding bullshit.
The play where he slowed down,
going out of bounds and then flopped,
so that To'o would hit him, and then when To'o gave him a little dink, he went.
Yeah, like, dude. If that ref would have called that, I would be calling the league.
Get the flag, and he got up like. That's got to stop. I can't take it on the weekend.
I refuse to watch the NFL get turned into the NBA.
Fair?
We are not letting this flopping bullshit become a real thing. That, and then the other thing I can't stand, this is a game we'll obviously talk about, but there was a play where Ed Oliver was getting held in the Bills-Ravens game.
And he just stops and throws his hands up.
Fuck you, dude.
If you play it through, they might throw the flag, you fucking moron. The minute you stopped, they're not throwing that flag. That is how that works.
So annoying. I hate it. If you play
at
football,
least complain after the play.
Right.
Like when Justin Jefferson can't make a play because he's getting held, and after the play he's like, "What the fuck?" Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But you can't stop mid-play, and you definitely can't flop just to try to get the call. I hate that Mahomes did that.
And Mahomes' sliding thing where he really takes as long as possible to go down is also a big problem.
And
listen, the refs,
I'm sorry,
they're never going to call him on that.
I hate being that guy, but if I'm the Bills, I'm like telling people,
I would just hit him.
If he slows down on the sideline, just crush him constantly.
I would just hit him.
Don't care.
If I'm on defense,
if you are staying in bounds like that, you deserve to get, because you're slowing up before going out of bounds. You deserve to get rocked.
I was gonna say, and the good thing about it too is you can very easily do it in a clean way.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to be a bitch about it. You know, you don't have to go for Mahomes' helmet.
Or even his legs. You can just smoke him.
You hit him square him in the back one time. Matt Milano, whoever it is, just one time.
Bring Bam Bam Cam back for 1 week.
And listen, I will vouch. Good Lord, I can't talk. I'm so fucking frustrated about this shit.
Yeah, dude.
I will vouch for Mahomes more than anyone on this podcast. I think we can all agree about that. I am like the biggest Mahomes apologist there is. This shit makes my fucking blood boil.
Dude,
I don't
it's the
care
worst.
if it's Mahomes. I don't care if it's Lamar. I don't care if it's fucking Caleb himself. Whoever's doing it, stop. Please, for the love of God, we are not turning football into this pussified bullshit that the NBA has become.
Josh
We're
Allen
not doing it.
Almost pisses me off as much.
Yeah, he does it too.
Well, it's not the flopping thing. He doesn't really do that. But it's after every play, he just is screaming at the refs like something happened. Get over yourself. Like the Dawson Knox play where he got hit and was going to the ground when the whistle happened and then hits the ground and Josh is freaking out. I'm sorry. The Bills were hitting people late all day. You can't start screaming when it's equal, fair game. Stop crying. Go win the game. I don't like whiny man.
Josh doesn't do it as much, but he also does the slow down thing.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone's starting to do it because Mahomes made it popular, and that's
makes me upset. I miss the Josh Allen that was just trying to kill people.
You know who's an ethical scrambler?
Jalen
Hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an ethical scrambler. He'd never do something
kind
like
of
that.
Sucks as a
He's not good, but he's ethical.
No, so he's a good runner, but he cannot, like, Jalen Hurts is the weirdest quarterback because, like, he cannot make the, like, off-schedule play. He's not scrambling and throwing. It is either I am throwing from the pocket or I am running it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest combination I've ever seen. I don't
he's so
love
ethical. He's ethical about the way he runs. Did you see
runner.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the clip of, I think it was Cam Curl this week? Jalen Hurts slid, and he said, "Man, you look like a running back when you slide." Like, yeah, man. Yeah, he does. Yeah. And that's good. I like that.
Because if you're going to slide, you just, I could have picked up an extra yard and then gotten a penalty. It's like, yeah, because you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Hurts slides, and everybody's like, you slid up there. Cool, I can walk over here.
Next play.
Next play.
Yeah.
We good.
Karlaftis is really good.
Yes.
Chris Jones is incredible. Third down monster.
Trent McDuffie is nuts,
unreal.
Dude.
Trent McDuffie's really good.
God.
Yep. McDuffie's really good. They, the Chiefs defense.
The Chiefs do not miss this man at all. Not even a little.
Who's that?
Jerry Sneed.
No. And getting Jalen Watson back, huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're
Hollywood Brown and Juju and they're loaded. Now.
That defense is primed to
Kelsey dude.
Kelsey was apparently they were saving Kelsey for
like
playoffs.
I feel like it did that last year, and everybody was shocked.
Kelsey's so funny because like I was listening to a podcast with Ryan Fitzpatrick today, and he was like, "You have to understand, like." He just does whatever the fuck he wants. Like he like if he doesn't like his route, he'll just go to a different spot that he thinks is open.
Yeah.
Like he does not like that's why he's so effective because not even he knows what he's gonna do, and God forbid the defense does. Like the only people who know what he's gonna do is Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't even think Mahomes knows most of the time.
Most of the time, Andy Reid is on the sideline like, dude, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like
also it works, so.
Either Mahomes always knows, or this is a truly testament to him being the greatest improvising quarterback to ever grace the face of the planet. Because somehow he always finds out what Kelsey's trying to do.
Yeah.
It's
I think on scramble drills, that's just what Mahomes does, though. He just finds 87.
Well, yeah, I mean, what else would he do?
That's correct.
Why would you
Travis Kelce's also so weird because he is one of the greatest not tight ends, just like yak players ever.
Yeah.
But he's also like so weird because he's not Gronk where he's running people over. He's slow and he's not shifty at all. You know, but he doesn't run people over. He just like lumbers around and it works.
You know who he moves like, and I realized it this week. Maybe it's just like current Kelsey. I don't think young Kelsey was like this, but like current Kelsey moves almost exactly like Jason Witten.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's fucking incredible. I love it.
He's so slow.
Trav is wild, dude. It annoys me so much. Travis Kelce makes me so angry. Not in like a bad way, but it's like, dude, how the fuck as a team are you letting number 87 get so wide open? If Juju like tears me apart, fine. If Hollywood Brown tears me apart, fine. I would hate I hate it.
I would crash out if I had to watch my defense get outrun by Kelsey somehow, like he did to the Texans defense in a couple plays where
I would stop watching.
He was moving like molasses, but for some reason nobody could catch him. If I had to watch my defense go through that for a game, I would be crashing out so hard.
I think it's his aura, dude.
It's that Taylor Swift devil. Like it's actually Taylor Swift devil magic. I think.
Yeah.
It's his love.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
He died.
We're fine.
Anyway, moving on to.
Oh, what is happening? Are we good?
Are we fine?
Miller's back, and now you're struggling. This is incredible. All right.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't my computer about to explode.
It did for a second, but it fixed itself.
Moving on to, I think, what's all three of our favorite game of the weekend. Commanders 45. Maybe not Miller, because it's only the Commanders, but Commanders 45, Lions 31. I was just so happy to see the Lions get beat.
I heard the excitement in Miller's voice watching this game. I know this was his favorite.
Yeah,
this was the greatest
crazy.
moment ever. That was my favorite time watching a football game. All of us just in the call hate watching the Lions.
On the call when whoever it was took, I think it was Quan Martin who took back that pick 6 against.
Yeah.
And then Goff got leveled by Luvu. We were going nuts.
The Scary Terry play, we were all going nuts for Scary Terry.
Yep.
For reference, for anyone that doesn't understand the sheer gravity of how fucking incredible it was to hate watch the Lions, we were sitting in a Discord call before Dungeons and Dragons. We postponed our D&D game, and one of the players in our game doesn't watch football at all. His knowledge of football is through me,
but he was locked. He
was ripping the Lions apart, dude. Even our boy Sam, who knows nothing about football, was watching. It was like, why are they doing that? Why did they think that would be an advantageous thing to do?
Yeah, or when he threw the pick 6, Sam's just like, I don't understand why he threw it. I just don't. It just
over there. It's I'm asking the same thing, man. You get it.
Yeah.
You understand Jared Goff now.
Yeah.
You understand Jared Goff.
But yeah, a couple things. Jaden Daniels is incredible.
Yes.
I don't understand. I don't get. Okay, maybe it's the VR trading, but he's just so composed. I don't get. He is so composed.
He is
big
such
games,
a quarterback
late games.
in college. It's insane.
Yeah.
He was not composed like this in college, dude.
No,
I don't know.
No, maybe it's because he's probably more anxious about his defense in college.
That could be it. Maybe it's just the fact that he's more comfortable with the people around him.
Yeah, because honestly, and not even I'm saying that as a joke, but also I'm sure the pressure of basically having to score on every single drive at LSU to even be in a game probably messed with his head a little bit. Because that defense couldn't stop anyone. But also now good coaching staff. Everybody loves him. I think he's just he's probably just more comfortable with the team around him because they all love him and the coaching staff loves him and De'Ami Brown led them in receiving, which is funny because of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Legend.
Which is funny because I think Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't know how many yards he had, but
not as many as De'Ami Brown.
No,
he had actually more.
Really?
He had 137 in this game. I did not know he had 137. I was going to make the same joke you both did.
Where did he get any yards?
He had 8 catches for 137, apparently.
Garbage
time.
Did not know that.
Stat padding. It must have been garbage time because it wasn't while we were watching. He didn't do anything while we were watching.
New Dak Prescott.
True.
The only players that mattered, when the game mattered, were Jamo.
Dude,
and Jimmy
when did we miss a Monty pass? I don't remember that.
He threw a 20-yard pass?
He's 1 for 1 for 20 yards in this game.
That must have been after we decided the game was over.
Time.
We got shit rolling.
Yeah. I wonder who he completed. Probably Amon-Ra.
So now we understand why Ben Johnson tried the pass with Jamison Williams because he completed one with Monty, and he was like, "All right, so everyone on this team but Jared Goff can complete an accurate pass. Let's try another one." And then that one.
Dan Campbell won't let me put in my good quarterback, so.
Also, David Montgomery, known high school quarterback.
This is why the Lions lost. They had a TB12 on the roster, but chose Jared Goff.
Oh, I know what it was.
That's tough.
What?
It wasn't a pass. Well, it was. They tossed it to him, and he, off the toss, shoveled it forward to somebody.
Yeah. So my point.
I only remember it because there was the clip. It was really funny because when he did it, Brady was just crashing out in the booth. He was like, "I've never seen anything like this. What is happening? What is this play call?" And I was like, "Dude, he's trying so hard not to be like Ben Johnson. Please come to the Raiders." Anyway, Jahmyr Gibbs is really good. There's one positive for the Lions. But I don't know. Brian Robinson Jr. has had some motion in this game, but I still worry about the Commanders' ability to run the ball against that Eagles front seven. That's gonna be a tough look, I think, because obviously, I don't think we're getting the Austin Eckler we got in this game against the Eagles, most likely.
Dude, that's the other thing. Kirby Joseph is such a bum.
It makes me so happy. I hate that guy
Was
so
that
much.
picture was that picture out of context, or was he actually running away from a play?
I have
Like,
no idea, but it's way funnier to believe that he was
it's
running
way funny to
away.
believe that he was running
Wait,
away.
what?
I have
And
no idea. There's a screenshot of Austin
yeah,
Eckler running. There's two Lions defenders coming up on him, and Kirby
like
Joseph
Eckler's
is facing the
going,
complete opposite
yeah,
direction, looking like he's running away
like
from
Eckler's
Eckler.
going this way, and Kirby Joseph is faced this
Oh,
way,
yeah,
running that way. It seems
I
like.
just saw the video of the play. That picture's got to be funny. No, he got swerved by Austin Eckler. So he was like,
even funnier.
So
That's even
Eckler's
funnier.
like here, Kirby's here. They're both like running down
That's
the
even
field.
funnier.
Eckler cuts this way. Kirby sees it and cuts and
That's
starts
even
running
funnier.
like away weirdly. And then Eckler cuts back and Kirby's like, oh shit, where'd he go? It's great. I'm going to send you this
like
video.
Talking shit on the greatest player in the history of or one of the greatest players in the history of your franchise.
Sending it to you
is
both on
going
Twitter.
to cost you. This is what he gets for shit talking Stafford.
Dude,
Beautiful karma.
I hate Kirby Joseph so much. So everything.
Yeah, and also he got bitched by McLaurin on McLaurin's big run too. Couldn't make the tackle.
Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, overall, fantastic game from Commanders. The offense is looking on a level. I mean, dude, they picked second overall last year, and they are one game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels, new ownership, did everything right.
I was gonna say, it's imagine what happens when you get rid of a creepazoid owner. Can't even remember the dude's name anymore. Quinn Snyder. Yeah,
Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder.
Jesus.
Yep.
See, I can't even remember the guy's name anymore.
Yeah.
That's how fucking irrelevant he is.
Literally, dude. 1 year,
Magic
year
Johnson
of him being gone.
now, man.
Yeah, and they're one win away from the Super Bowl. But yeah, fun to see the Lions lose. Always fun to see the Lions lose.
Yes,
truly.
Especially it was so fun.
And yeah, so other NFC game, Eagles almost blew this one. It came down to the Rams almost driving it down. Yeah, man. Saquon Barkley. I mean, it's just so crazy. Did you guys? This isn't about Saquon, but did you guys see that clip that came out from the Giants this past week, where their GM is sitting in his office with his 15-year-old son, and the son is like sitting on the couch, and he goes, and like their GM just goes, so who should I take in the draft? And the guy just goes, just trade it for Jaden Daniels, dude. You only get this GM job once. Like, might as well try and win. And he was just like, yeah, noted. And I was just, it's just so funny because between that and the Saquon thing, they've just screwed this up so bad.
I saw a stat today. How many 120-plus yard rushing games do you think Saquon had his entire Giants tenure?
3.
5.
Maybe.
3 of them were against the Vikings.
No. Oh. Higher than 5. I didn't hear what Jake said.
I said 3. I thought it was less than 5. Is it 7 then? Probably?
Higher.
10?
10. 10? How many do you think he has this year with the Eagles?
11.
12.
10.
Ah.
He doubled his career total in 1 year running by.
Here's a fun thing. He also is the only player in NFL, like Super Bowl era playoff history to have multiple 60-yard touchdown runs in a single game.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
He's also,
specifically.
if he's like 120 yards away, I think, from the all-time single season rushing record, including playoffs, which is held by Terrell Davis right now. He's third right now, behind Terrell Davis and Terrell Davis. We don't talk enough about how incredible that run Terrell Davis had.
His peak was insane, but he played like 40. People get confused. Why is he a Hall of Famer? Because peak Terrell Davis, like if he could have had a career without Brian Greasy, the worst quarterback to ever exist in the history of the world, I will never forgive you for taking Terrell Davis and Ed McCaffrey and Shannon Sharp. He like ruined all 3 careers in a matter of 2 years. I hate him. And then he apparently is getting interviews places as a coach. I think he should just get fired into the sun. But yeah, TD could have been the GOAT.
Remember kids that play Madden that are like our age or younger. Terrell Davis was what Electronic Arts wants you to think Bo Jackson was.
True.
Sure.
Bo Jackson never was good in the league. It's so weird.
No, he was just really athletic.
Yeah, TD had the run that we all think of Bo Jackson.
He was an MVP.
A real career from TD. He's the greatest running back of all time. You just can't give him that because he played 4 years. Yeah.
But the other thing I want to say, sorry, actually,
you're
go
good.
ahead, you're going to make a point. I was going to transition to something completely different.
Me too.
So was I. So
okay, well, I was going to talk about numero uno in
I was going to talk about quarterbacks also, but not the
I was
same way.
I was going to talk about the biggest positive that the Rams can take away from this. But
okay, so let's stick with the Eagles first, and then we'll go to the Rams. So, number 1 in Philly is getting a little too much hate for what he did this week. I'm not saying he played good. He played very pedestrian, but he was not the reason why this game was as close as it was.
He deserves the hate because if the Eagles, I don't think he deserves to be called the worst quarterback ever or whatever. The issue is the Eagles should be unquestionably the favorite to win it all. Unquestionably.
Yeah.
If they could get a quarterback performing at a top 15 level, no team would be able to keep a game within 30 points. I genuinely believe that.
Sure.
The way Jalen Hurts has played, Jalen Hurts will be the reason they lose. That's it. Well, unless he can get back to 2022?
Yeah.
Whatever year. That run of Jalen Hurts. If we can get that Jalen Hurts back, the Eagles will win the Super Bowl by 75.
The point I'm trying to make is that this offensive line is not playing half as good as it should be.
True.
Or their 5 starters against the Rams looked pedestrian. Now, shout out Landon Dickerson. He had the best game I've ever seen from a guard ever. He looked like the second coming out there. But Mekhi Becton and Cam Jurgens each let up 4 pressures and weren't great run blockers. Jordan Mailata was getting bullied, which takes a lot for me to say because I love Jordan Mailata. I don't want to slander him. And even Lane Johnson got his fucking chain snatched a couple times by Jared Verse. 4 of their 5 line, and against the Packers too. I know their tackles held up really well.
Yeah.
But ironically, their interior
got crushed against
was
the Packers.
Not good.
Yeah.
So their front 5, which is supposed to be the greatest line that we've seen since the Great Wall of Dallas or whatever, is not playing where they should. So yeah, Jalen Hurts isn't playing good, but his bad play is getting exasperated and made 10 times worse.
Agreed.
From where it could be okay, Jalen Hurts is being pedestrian, that's fine. We know he's not an elite quarterback to, okay, this is actually going to be the thing that holds us back because the rest of our offense can't function either. If those 5
also
get their shit together, I think they could get to the Super Bowl and maybe even give the Chiefs a run just on the back of Saquon.
Other big
with their
concern,
defense the way it is.
A.J. Brown has not been A.J. Browning.
No.
Their
skill position players, period, outside of Saquon have not stepped up the way they're supposed to. Dude,
Goddard has been good this playoff run.
He's been good receiving. As a run blocker, Goddard just had one of the worst games I've ever seen from a tight end.
Goddard can't block. Goddard can't block.
No, but Goddard's usually still good at throwing his body out in front of people.
He can normally exist. He just
he was
the Eagles
a non-factor.
The Eagles are getting really lucky that their offensive line, when they have a single good moment blocking, Saquon just scores.
Right. And that's why they won this game.
And that is why they will keep winning if the offensive line struggles this way until they face a team with a real offense. Which it will the Commanders are weird because I don't trust their defense even a little bit.
Right.
Not even a little. I know they played well against Detroit. I think that was more Jared Goff. You can't play the Detroit game against the Eagles. You just can't. Because Jalen Hurts, for all of his faults, isn't throwing you the ball.
No.
He will throw it into the dirt. That is Hurts' problem.
There are some really solid pieces on the Commanders' defense, though.
I think
the secondary looks a lot better than it should.
Yes.
Because Lattimore's back and healthy, and Mikey Sanders still is awesome. And obviously the middle linebackers with Luvu and Wagner. Wagner's playing really good downhill. He's a good veteran leader. Luvu's awesome. Pass rush is getting Jonathan Allen back. They're pretty.
The game for the Eagles should be pretty simple. The game plan should be Goddard and then one of your receivers over the middle all the time, whichever one Bobby Wagner is supposed to guard. You just give him the ball and you are guaranteed a touchdown. That is how that'll work if they're smart enough to do it.
I have another solution to take advantage of Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
He's really good at one particular thing, right? He's really, really good downhill.
Miller, go ahead and stand up before you say the thing. That's his solution.
Oh, this guy.
That's his solution right there.
Yeah.
Number 48 in Philly, baby. Put him on a, like, not even like me trying to be like, I will call your passing game. Okay, shut up.
I know how to say it right. I just love that.
I know.
I love the sound of Blazengame. It's so good.
But like being dead serious.
Yeah.
That would be huge for them.
Yes.
Because with the way their tight ends are blocking, they're not helping you against Bobby Wagner.
No.
Now, I realize putting Cario on the field kind of tips your hat at what you're doing. Do what the Bears could not and move him around.
Yeah.
You can put him at tight end. You can get funky and put him in the slot if you want. I wouldn't really recommend that as much. But you can like put him up on the line as like a tight end or a wing back or an H-back or whatever and make it work. Point is, they're going to want to run the ball. I think that's going to be very apparent. I think they can easily do that. They just got to worry about 54, and I think 48 can cancel out 54.
Yeah. I guess the one to kind of talk about the Rams a little bit. If you're going to take something positive away from this game, your D-line is fucking awesome, dude. You've got, and they're all so young. You have got like, what, probably three potential superstars on that D-line.
Your two edge rushers and Kobe.
Yeah. Wow. You don't like Braden Frisk?
He refuses to give Fisk any credit for being alive.
Can I talk?
No.
Fisk is a lot better than I thought he would be, but I don't think someone who is solely dependent on a gimmick can be elite.
Wait. So you're talking Kobe Turner,
Jared Verse, and Byron Young, I think can all be superstar level players. I would say Kobe Turner already is a superstar level player.
I would say Verse is already.
Yeah.
And
Verse is getting there too.
You know what?
Had 2 weeks pitching the 2 best right tackles in football.
Jared Verse has the best bull rush in football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he is incredible. So yeah, you have 2 like bona fide superstars on your D line. I think Byron Young is rapidly approaching that.
Yeah.
Fisk is a fantastic role player.
Yep.
He is fantastic. My big thing with Fisk and saying he can't be a superstar, he's a gimmicky guy and he's not a 3-down player. Those 2 things keep you from being a superstar, in my opinion.
If Braden Fisk is your worst down defensive lineman, you have a goddamn good defensive line.
Right. Like Braden Fisk, to all of his faults, which, you know, not to like be that guy, there are still some issues with him.
Yeah.
They figured out how to make those not matter as much.
Yeah,
and
dude.
That's what a great DC does. Shule is a fucking mastermind. And even like when Fisk does get bottled up from time to time, that opens up Turner, that opens up Verse, that opens up Young. Fucking Neville Gallimore has looked like a monster the last 2 weeks. 7th round pick Desjuan Johnson has been getting into the backfield and being a threat. Tyler Davis out of fucking Clemson has been a monster for them. They're like 8 deep on the D line. Michael Hoyt is another name that you got to bring up. I don't know how you stop it. You get them like another piece in the secondary and a linebacker.
Yeah.
It's curtains.
Acquaintance.
Yeah.
The thing I was going to say is this game disappointed me in the it was the game that failed me on my quarterbacks win playoff games take. Because Stafford, like half the game, forgot what quarterback was. It was really weird.
Yeah.
I also still don't understand how they didn't score. You hit Puka at the 14 with 1:20. And you could
Jalen Carter.
I don't care.
Jalen Carter.
Don't care.
That's what happened. That's why they didn't score. You asked, I answered the question.
No, I know. I just
Jalen Carter and rookie center that I can't remember the name of, forgetting that he's supposed to block Jalen Carter on back-to-back.
Bo Limmer.
Bo Limmer, thank you. I couldn't think of his name, but yeah, he straight up forgot he was supposed to block Jalen Carter on back-to-back plays.
That's why they didn't score, because of Jalen Carter.
I didn't catch the end of this game.
Yeah, dude, he literally both plays. He's got Jalen Carter hovering over top of him, and he goes.
Oh.
Like literally, Jalen Carter here.
The reason they didn't score is because they were in 3rd and manageable, and Jalen Carter brought them to like 3rd and 15 on a sack.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
all right,
because Matthew Stafford is a statue and can't move. So the second that Bo Limmer let Jalen Carter by, it was wraps. It did not. There was
So
no shot.
oh,
quarterbacks don't win playoff games.
I mean, I
Left
still
guards
think they
and
do.
elite defenses do.
I still think quarterbacks do.
Nope, left guards.
Hey, I think let's talk about that Washington game again.
Sam Cosby plays on the right side. I can't even make the argument.
And Sam Cosby got hurt.
And he got hurt. Yeah.
Also, apparently Salah's going back to the Niners.
Yeah, he's their DC.
He's their new DC. Yep.
I did forget to bring that up.
That'll be
Fucking
good.
mint, dude. That's so big for the Niners.
That'll be good.
Oh yeah, now we got to talk about
Bills 27, Ravens 25. He is not the. I will not put all the blame on him. However, if anybody would like to give me the home address of Mark Andrews,
dude, as much as
I want to fire him into the sun. I know that Lamar turned the ball over twice, and I'm saying right now, I'm not blaming this all on Mark Andrews, but that fumble, one of the dumbest plays I've ever seen on a football field. The move that he tried to make, and that drop, egregious drop for a veteran tight end.
A veteran who's supposed to be a top 3 guy.
Dude. Yeah, a veteran tight end in that moment.
Leading receiver for your franchise.
You cannot drop that ball, and you can't fumble that ball either.
I'm so happy. This sounds bad. I'm so happy that happened because we're not just having the Lamar can't win playoff game talk though.
Yeah,
like I feel bad, but thank you, Mark Andrews, for being the problem.
He put them in a position.
Right.
Crazy throw to Likely to what should have been the game tying touchdown.
Lamar did everything he could to make up for the mistakes he did.
Yeah.
Like
great play call by Todd Monken on the 2-point conversion. Got the ball to Mark Andrews in a catchable position, and he just couldn't hang. So that's on him. Isaiah Likely, you are the future tight end 1 of the Ravens.
Yeah.
It's over. Mark Andrews needs to be fired into the sun. Benched immediately.
We gotta pull the brakes on Mark Andrews a little bit. I feel bad for the guy.
I do too.
I do too. And Bills fans are classy.
When hashtag rape Mark Andrews is trending on
that was
Twitter,
bad. That was bad.
What?
Ravens fans. There was like.
I'm so glad I don't use Twitter.
His girlfriend, fiance, his partner, I don't know specifically what her title is with him, where they are at in their relationship. He had to delete all of her social media from getting threats and shit from Ravens fans.
What?
And then Mark Andrews had to basically put out an Instagram post saying, "Hey guys, I'm not going to kill myself. So you don't have to worry." And then anytime I've seen one of his teammates talk about it, they're almost in tears trying to defend the guy, including Lamar.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Obviously, I'm not trying to say we don't give him anything. He fucked up. That happens.
No, but we can talk about it the way we do on this podcast and not the other way.
It's not, we can say fire him into the sun, be funny, be goofy, be silly, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't ever, under any circumstances, threaten or attack a player over a bad play.
No.
Now, if that player happens to be Deshaun Watson, then
I
sure.
just want the Browns to play the Lions next year. Or, well, not next year. In 2 years when Watson can play football again, I guess. I just want them to play the Browns because finally Kirby Joseph, we can root for him. We can root for Kirby Joseph for a game.
We can send Kirby Joseph a collective email and be like, Kirby Joseph, please aim for Deshaun Watson's knees. Thank you. In all seriousness, as much as it sucks for Mark Andrews, it's not all his fault.
No, Lamar
Lamar's 2 turnovers were huge. And even then, I'm not trying to say that Lamar is at fault. The Bills played a really fucking good game of football.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Being overshadowed by the
and you can tell me if I'm wrong. The Bills offense, they've turned into the Chiefs. Yeah. Where they're just crazy. Context? They're crazy efficient and they don't turn the ball over.
Yes.
And they don't make mistakes, which is scary because the whole thing about Allen before this year was turnover king, right? Yeah. It's going to happen. But they've continuously put together games this year where they're just efficient, smart, cautious. They score, they don't turn the ball over, and they're eerily similar to Kansas City in that way.
You know
which is why I
why
think this
they're
will be a
able
good game.
to do this? Do you know what's
Joe
changed
Brady?
for them that's so big? Joe Brady is the first Buffalo offensive coordinator that Josh Allen has had that isn't allergic to the run game.
Yep.
The amount of reliance they put on the ground game and how successful they are on the ground is so fucking huge for Buffalo, dude. Like, this is like, literally, Josh Allen with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. This is the last stone. He needed a run game. He needed, like, something to take the pressure off him. The defense is playing really well. Josh is playing efficient because it isn't all on his back anymore. The playmakers are making plays. James Cook's killing it on the ground. Ty Johnson's getting involved. Reggie Gilliam's fucking getting involved.
Ty Johnson is the best receiver in the league, apparently. I don't know what to tell you.
Streets are saying.
So
people have been asking.
I just rewatched Lamar's interception. We're putting this on Rashad Bateman. Watch the all 22 angle. When Lamar throws it, Bateman has beat the corner entirely, and it's a choice route so he can cut out or go ball. Lamar sees him beat him straight up, so he's like, "Oh, go ball." And it, like, because when Lamar lets it go, that's what it looks like. And then the minute the ball is out of his hand, Bateman cuts outside. So it just looks silly, goofy.
I guess I know we're talking negatively about him, but I do think
I blame Rashad Bateman.
What I've learned from these playoffs is that I think Rashad Bateman has some serious juice.
Yeah, he's a great two. He's a fantastic.
The Ravens still need a one, man. Zay Flowers is weird.
I guess we'll see about Zay.
Zay feels this isn't a shot at either guy, but he feels more Amon-Ra, where I can't trust him to do all the things I need a one to do.
Yeah, and the big part
like a Keenan, where you need a guy who, like a Mike Williams, who can do the other big play moments, who's maybe not good at everything else. And I don't think Bateman is good enough at the things that Zay is bad at.
Right. I was going to say, I know we're kind of like spoiled by the modern definition of a one being a receiver that can do literally everything. But like, I think in a traditional sense, Zay Flowers is a one.
Yes.
He's just a
Same
one
as
that
Amon-Ra.
isn't. Right. Like, they are number one receivers. They're the guy that, like, you need a big play, you're looking their way. They're going to get big chunk gains for you. They're going to be your leading receiver. Like, in my mind, that's still what a one is. But like anything else, there's levels to this shit. Like, that's like a B tier one. Whereas your S tier ones, you have the guys like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, et cetera, that like are your offense. And then you're, in between that, you have guys like DJ Moore or Garrett Wilson, who maybe can't be your offense all of the time, but they're going to get their due.
Yes.
And then every here and then they'll have like their, DJ Moore against Washington Thursday Night Football where he goes off for 203. Or, Garrett Wilson when he makes a stupid fucking one-handed, should never be caught catches in the back of the end zone.
Oh, so
like,
sick.
That's just like overall, I think something is really funny about football discourse that, I mean, I fall into it sometimes too, I won't lie. How we're so like set in stone with our definitions of things, and there like isn't a lot of room for fluidity and
no, but you're right,
interpretation.
There might be like
40, 50 number ones in the league.
There might be 40 guys who could be like a real one. Because like a lot of teams, the Bengals have two guys that are ones. The Vikings have two guys that are ones.
Yes.
The Eagles have two guys that are ones. Like, and then you have teams like the Bills, where Keon I think will be, but right now it's like they don't have any. The Chiefs don't. Oh no, the Chiefs have D-Hop now. I keep forgetting D-Hop.
Well,
Amari Cooper's weird because since he got to Buffalo, he sucks. He's been so helpful for Keon, but he's like not doing anything.
Also I just want to throw out real quick. There are so many teams with all these extra ones, and then you have Green Bay who has 3 threes.
Ouch.
I mean,
ouch.
Youngest team in the league.
I mean, they can still get a one, or one of those guys could develop. They just haven't.
I know. I
think Watson totally could be if he could just exist.
I was gonna say I agree with that wholeheartedly. I love Christian Watson.
Yeah,
he just can't stay on the field long enough for that to be a real thing.
Also, it might actually be over for Baker Mayfield because the Bucs' favorite for OC is none other than Brian Johnson. So
Huh? That guy's gonna get another job?
The immediate name to watch.
The man who ruined Jalen Hurts.
Eagles OC in 2023, they got canned.
The dumbass that was like Hurts' high school coach or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the first name getting thrown around for the new Bucks OC that I'm seeing on Twitter.
No.
From Bucks beat reporters, so it might be over for Mayfield
no.
for real.
Baker, run.
Damn,
run
it would be over
Vegas.
for Baker.
If they hired Brian Johnson, it would be over.
Yeah,
but
honestly,
anyway.
if they hire him, Baker should personally call Brady and be like, please, bring me to Vegas. We will win, I promise.
Tom, remember that thing I said about wanting to have fun? I can't do it anymore.
Let me come have fun in Vegas.
We can have fun and win. We can have both of our funs, please.
We can both. But yeah, Bills are good, and I think this might be their year.
I want them to win the Super Bowl so bad.
But yep.
I want them to win a ring so bad so I can be right.
But yeah, those are the divisional games. I think all that's left is to pick the 2 conference championships, which should be quick. And then that should be it. So who are we taking in the conference championships, boys? I guess let's start with the Bills. Bills, Chiefs.
Give me Buffalo. I'm feeling it.
I'm gonna take Buffalo too.
You're welcome, Bills fans. I'm taking the Chiefs. Every time I pick against Buffalo, they win.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Bills
but
fans.
you do know if the Chiefs win, it's on you though.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay. As long as you understand that.
I want to make it clear so I'm not branded a Chiefs hater for like screaming at Mahomes for not sliding and then also picking the Bills. I don't care if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. I'm not like upset by that at all. I don't care about the thought of dynasties.
All right.
I just really like the Bills.
Can I say something? I think a 3-peat would be cool.
I do too.
Sure.
I just have been on the Bills.
I think a 3-peat would be cool. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree. I've just been.
I don't
on the
want
Bills
it to happen, but
when...
I could spin a 3-peat into being cool if it happens.
Yeah.
Not my first choice, but I spin it.
Here's my thing. I'm cool with seeing the Chiefs again. I just don't want to see another like repeated Super Bowl. So I'm cool with the Chiefs. I'm not cool with Chiefs and Eagles. I either want it to be like Bills Eagles or like Chiefs Commanders. Because I just don't want full samesies. You know what I mean?
I want anyone but Washington.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, if Jaden Daniels became the first rookie to win a Super Bowl, I don't know what you could do. The first rookie to make a Super Bowl, I don't know what I would do. That'd be nuts. I don't know what Miller would do. I don't know if I want to live in that eventuality.
The tweets and videos I've seen that's like redrafting the 2024 NFL draft, and it's Jaden and then Drake and then Caleb. It's like, or no,
or maybe just kill yourself. The people who make those mocks, not you, Miller, not you.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I might.
I think.
Fuck it.
Not you.
I think Washington would be in the
if they win the Super Bowl,
you might with Caleb. Maybe a little worse. I think they might be a little worse purely due to Jaden Daniels' rushing ability. Because Caleb's a good runner. Jaden Daniels is already like one of the 3 best in the sport.
I still think the difference is not as big as people would say.
Yeah.
To the point where I think Caleb would still be able to get it done. I don't think he's putting up the numbers, but I think in key situations where you need it. My big take with it all, this is what I've come to. This is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I'll say. Last time I'll say it. The Bears and the Commanders, you flip their quarterbacks, they're in the same exact.
Yeah, nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing changes at all. This is a prime example of 2 ultra-talented players being put in polar opposite situations. One had a great development tract, one did not.
I know we all talk about the Bears as like one of the best situations ever. And like on paper, it should have been. On paper, it should have been. But then every single offensive lineman either actually sucked or took a huge step back. Like even Darnell Wright didn't look the same. Like,
no, Darnell Wright was good.
Right, he was good, but he didn't look the same as he did his rookie.
No,
like
no,
every single guy took a bit of a step back. On that
Darnell
O-line.
Wright didn't. Listen, I swear on everything, Darnell Wright got better, but when 4 of the 5 guys on the line suck, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
sure.
You can't.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue that one. I don't care enough. So fine. 4 of them became war criminals. Like Eberflus might have been the dumbest coach of all time. Shane Waldron looks like Seahawks fans knew what they were talking about.
Every time a player brought up Shane Waldron, it was like, yeah, he didn't make us accountable for anything at all at any point. That should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah. Point being, there wouldn't be much of a difference if we flipped these 2 guys. So
and that's not a shot at Jaden at all.
No.
If Jaden was able to do what Caleb did in the situation that Caleb had this year, fucking props to him.
Right.
Because it was still like a top 5 quarterback season in Bears history. He broke rookie records, like was super efficient. You know.
Yeah.
It's just. I hate
anyway, Commanders, Eagles. I'm taking the commies. I'm taking the upset here.
Wow.
I believe in Mr. Daniels.
I want to do my quarterbacks wins in playoffs thing again, but I don't trust the Commanders defense at all. Here's what I will say. The last time we saw these 2 teams play, the Eagles were up by 28, and then Jalen Hurts got hurt, and they lost the game. If Jalen Hurts stays in football game, Eagles by 90. Give me the Eagles. It's going to be Chiefs-Eagles. I'm telling you now, and I dislike it.
Especially because, like, I know people talk about it not mattering or whatever, but, like, the Eagles have been here. The Commanders are operating under borrowed time. Like, that matters
And
a
I can't
lot.
even make the Eagles beat them twice thing, so they're due. Because I genuinely believe that you don't win 3 times against division rivals in the playoffs. You just don't.
They told Kenny Pickett to throw because they knew this would happen.
Honestly, maybe. Well, no, they just I think they just put
They told him to pass the football.
Not throw the game. I was going to say, we're not going to pretend Kenny Pickett's good. That's why they put in Kenny Pickett instead of Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee, they might have won.
Pass the football. That's
Oh God.
Well, now that we've picked, I believe that is our show. So, we're gonna quick ball.
Oh fuck. Nothing. There's nothing in there.
There's nothing in the
I
ball.
also hate this Aquafina product placement here. That's bad water. I just realized it.
Aquafina.
Why it tastes
I thought
like
you were
chlorine.
talking about the actress. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, movie or TV show?
Refreshing.
Yes,
movie or TV show? TV show? New Girl?
No, I will also say it's a TV show, but there have been movies based off the TV show, if that helps at all.
Is that like
Star
Wars related?
Is it
no.
Marvel?
related?
DC?
Superhero?
No. It is a big property, though. You're heading in the right direction, just a little bit smaller than those.
Big property that has movies and TV shows.
And video games and probably books.
What?
Sonic?
Not like Sonic. No, it's not Sonic. I don't mean like big. No. You guys are headed in the right direction though, because it's based around a single character as opposed to an IP. So rather than being like based around the entire.
I don't think Miller's cool enough to have anything Halo related.
Is it from the Legend of Zelda?
It is not from the Legend of Zelda.
Good call, but no. Okay.
You guys are going too hard in the video games. The TV show is the main thing, but there are
the
video
TV
games
show's the main thing.
Based off of it. Yes, it's TV show and then it branched out.
Does the TV show star someone that you would classify as an A-list actor or actress?
We'll say A-list voice actor.
Oh, so it's animated. Oh God, is it from
Is it
like an anime?
No, not anime.
Is there actually? Well, no. Okay.
Is it Transformers?
It is not Transformers.
No, because I wouldn't say the TV show is the main thing. Jedi says SpongeBob. Jedi got it? No way!
Don't tell me it's SpongeBob. That's
Jedi!
crazy.
Jedi got to take part in the What's in the Quick Ball one time, and he got it.
Good Jeff Kinney respect. I like that.
Jeff Kinney?
Isn't that his name? What's
Tom
his name?
Kenny.
Tom Kenny.
Jeff Kinney's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and we went full circle.
That's right.
Jake, outro us.
We want to thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Run the North podcast. Yeah, we're gonna go pretty hard on the nominations for these awards on Twitter, so be sure to check out on Twitter. We're gonna put some polls out and everything. But yeah, go vote for all of the Run the North awards. We're gonna present those in the same week as the NFL honors coming up. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. TikTok is alive, so hopefully we'll be making TikToks again. And then yeah, if you listen on Spotify, give us a rate, give us a review. That'd be greatly appreciated. And at the time you listen to this, there'll be plenty of time left on Geek's Timer, so go check out Geek's Twitch and watch whatever he's doing on his subathon. So go check out. He'll probably be live literally all night tonight, I'm sure, because he's not going to sleep. So yeah, go check out Geek's subathon, see whatever wacky shit he's doing, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.